I had a really weird dream last night. I don't know if you can hear that sound. It's some sort of water in the background in the fountain, just to explain it. So I'm not sure what to make of this. It started out, I was like on the set of a film remake, and it was a remake about this. It was like Yojimbo or some other word. I think, it's that film that served as the basis for A Fistful of Dollars, which is basically a stranger comes to town and plays both ends against the middle. I think that's Yojimbo. But there was like some samurai scene where a bunch of people were running and they were having a war, and the background became all digitized like something out of a game or a movie, but it had an Armageddon scenario to it. And there was this big Godzilla sized Barney, like, I love you, you love that piece of crap. You know what I'm talking about. Fair use for any YouTube moderators that are going to try and demonetize me because I described what I was talking about. It was walking like Godzilla, and all these samurai and warriors were at its feet just running. But it was a movie set in my mind, but it was real. It was really weird. And then I shifted out of that, and it turned out I was living in a green bus RV thing in LA area, and I went to meet my dad on another movie set. That's the only part of the dream that made any sense, was because we've been working on stuff, and they were doing a re-education campaign for the classes of the schools, and it turned out, for some reason, for some weird reason, they needed a new mascot to re-educate the people after a crisis. And so what they chose was this Barney creature. But nobody knew that until it revealed itself in the classroom in a kindergarten. And everybody was so mad about this that as soon as the guy came out in the costume, they rioted. Like, there were guns fired. They just wanted to kill this thing, which understandable. I mean, that I do think the devil was in that children's TV show. That is some evil, annoying, saccharine crap. It's like Sunny Delight for your eyes. It's just oversweet and nauseating. I hope the lighting's good here. Anyway, so I was with some guy, and we had to go find an actor to play that part. And nobody wanted to do it, but this old bum whose name was Poopy the Clown, and he looked like a turd with feet. Like, he was just this fat, frumpy, nasty guy with a horrible accent from like the gutter of a gutter in New York, and he was all down for it. So we're taking him back, and while we're going back, it turned out this whole plot was an episode from the characters that were the children in South Park. They'd written it down in their like journal or whatever. And so I was like, oh, well, I guess I can't use this as a script. I would use this real, this dream logic. And then suddenly I was hanging out with my dad again, and we were at some show, and I was like, hey, can we go find my RV? I don't remember where I parked it in the whole city of LA before we do your thing. In an hour, just take an hour. And so we ended up back on the battle plane of the Barmageddon, the Barney Armageddon, and it was even more fractalized and trippy. And I went to bed sober last night.